Hello again, WrestlingFigz fans, and we are back with another quick video where I'm going to show you a couple of figures from my collection, and today we're going to look at Bret the Hitman Hart. Now this Elite flashback figure is from the WrestleMania 30 line, and the only other figure that comes in that line is Shawn Michaels from, I believe, WrestleMania 14. Now this Shawn Michaels is an amazing figure. I'd love to get my hands on it, but I feel like I've got one too many Shawn Michaels figures as it is, but hopefully one day we might get our hands on this one. Now the packaging on this Bret Hart is really nice, it's really bright and colourful, I do like it, but it is the older Elite series, so to me it feels like it's just way too much packaging. If you move this Bret Hart down to the bottom, you know, you've basically got the exact sort of height of the figure of just space here. You know, so I feel like this box does not need to be this tall. I'm really not a fan of these older, taller boxes. I really don't like them. But aside from that, let's take a look on the kind of front sort of side. We've got a nice picture of Bret Hart here. On the back, if you can see, look, as you can see, I've got to really move this figure right back for you to see it because it's so tall. We've got a nice picture of Bret Hart standing up and a little bio here about Bret Hart. So if you want to take a look at that and pause it, you can now. If not, let's take a look at the figure itself. Now, I really like Bret Hart. I'm a big fan of Bret Hart, especially when I watched the documentary Wrestling with Shadows. If you haven't seen that, I highly suggest checking it out. But this costume that Bret Hart is wearing is from, I think, WrestleMania 10 or WrestleMania 9. I believe he actually had two matches at WrestleMania. I think the first match he had was against Owen Hart, where he lost, and the second match was against Yokozuna, where he actually won the WWF World Heavyweight title. So we've got that classic pink and black Bret Hart look, and if you take a little look on the side of the tights there, inside that white is all those little black speckles. So I'm really glad they added that little tiny bit of detail. Face scan wise, you know, it's not the best Bret Hart. It's rare that I actually see a good Bret Hart face scan. It looks like him, but it's not the greatest. The figure comes with two accessories. We've got Bret Hart's signature sunglasses in there, but the other accessory is that World Heavyweight Championship, and if you take a close look on there, you can see there's quite a bit of detail on there. So I really do like this figure, but it is missing the signature Bret Hart jacket, so I had to get this one. It's the Ultimate Edition Series 2 Bret Hart. Now, I'm not a huge fan of these Ultimate figures. I found that the face scans are not great, and you see how on this figure it has that little waist sort of like bend that kind of blends in completely with the figure. You can't even see it's there. On this one, you know, it's completely different. It's sort of like, it almost looks like an old Jakks figure. It's like half the torso and then another half. It just doesn't look right. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google the images of this one and you'll see what I mean. But luckily, this Bret actually comes with the jacket already on, so you can't see that horrible sort of like torso fold. And also the face scan on this head isn't that great either. But again, luckily it has the shades on to hide it. So I feel like, even though this isn't my favorite Bret Hart figure, it looks really, really good in the box because it is, you know, its two big flaws are hidden by the jacket and the sunglasses. Now, looking at the packaging, as you can see, these Ultimate Editions are slightly bigger than the Elite series, but it is a nice box. I do like the shape and the colors, the white and the red. That's really cool. You know, that golden Ultimate's nice on there. On the side, we've got a cool picture of Bret Hart. On the other side, just sort of says Hitman Bret Hart. On the back, unlike the Elite series where you just have usually a picture of the actual wrestler, on this one you have a picture of the wrestler and a picture of the figure being posed. So it's kind of trying to show you how much you can pose these Ultimate Edition figures, you know, the cool poses and stances that you can get from them, so that's nice. The actual figure comes with 3 sets of hands. You've got the closed fists if you want to have some like punching motions going on. You have the signature open palms here, you know, for that classic Bret Hart pose. The jacket is actually rubber, but the arms do pop off. So if you want to take the jacket off, you'd have to pop these arms off, slide the jacket off, and then add these wrestling arms, which is a nice touch, but at the same time, I do prefer the cloth accessories. But for this jacket, I think it does work really well. well for it being plastic and having these, you know, the articulated arms being part of the jacket. I think it looks good. So maybe I do prefer this figure being this style. With these Ultimate Editions, you get 3 different head scans. So this one, you can kind of see it in there as like the sort of screaming face, but they've all kind of got like a bit of a double chin thing going on. The next face along, if you can see it in there, is a bit more of a smiley, sort of like casual look, which is probably my favorite of the 3. And then the third one is a more serious, stoic look in there, which again, I'm not a big fan of, but out of the 3, I would say this one here is probably my favorite face scan. The actual costume that he's wearing, you know, the tights are different on both these figures. I think I prefer these more subtle tights, to be honest. You know, you got a bit more colour on there, actually, now I think about it. Whereas these, they do have the white on there, but it's very, you can barely sort of see it in this box. It's a very small bit of white, but it's mainly pink and black. And the vest inside the box does come with these little white splashes all over the black. Just like this one has them on the legs, this one has them on the torso. So again, that's a nice little touch. But there you go, guys. A nice quick video for you. And we got 2 different Bret Hart figures. We've got the Elite Bret Hart and the Ultimate Edition Bret Hart. Which one is your favourite? You let me know down in the comments. Personally, if I had to pick one inside the box, I would say the Ultimate Edition is way better. But once you take them out of the box and you take the jacket off, I definitely prefer the style of articulation on the Elite. So it's half and half depending on if you're an out of the box collector or an in the box collector. But anyway, wrapping up, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you don't, give us a thumbs down. And don't forget to subscribe for more WrestlingFigz videos.